Hey there, I'm Christine Abraham, your Bible Cafe coach. I am here to talk to you about the study called We Saved You a Seat. I know it's a strange name for a Bible study, but you're going to find out why as we continue through the study, why it was named that. So, We Saved You a Seat is a study on biblical friendship. Now, why do we need biblical or relational connections? Why do we need friends? Well, there's value in having someone by your side from time to time. I mean, I have my dog here. He's by my side right now, but he can't talk to me. There's value in having someone by your side. There's value in having someone who sees you and gets you, or someone who doesn't take offense to you, even in your tears, and someone who loves you just as you are, or someone who will just lend an ear, listening for your heart. She's listening for your heart. So Lisa Jo Baker, in her book, Never Unfriended, says, because no matter how invisible you feel or you are known, I have yet to meet another woman who doesn't have scars from broken friendships. In a world where we can be unfriended at the swipe of a finger, sometimes as recently as yesterday, those scars can defeat us. They can isolate us, and we can become experts at cutting people out of our lives just so we don't have to deal with the discomfort of being a friend. Maybe that's happened to you. So maybe you have been the woman who has gotten bumped off at a school event or a church event or even a family event during the pandemic where you get invited to the A list, everybody's welcome. Then you get moved to the B list. Only a few people are coming to this event, and then you get moved to the non-existent list. I know a lot of people that experienced that during the 2020 pandemic. So we're going to talk about that, about the feelings of being unfriended and isolating ourselves so we don't get hurt. Some women have been so wounded by other women, they no longer pursue friendships with women. They just don't pursue friendships. I've seen that in my children as they went through middle school, high school, and then college. I see my kids doing that, and this study is going to be benefit not only to me, but to my children as well. Why should you do a study on friendship? Lots of women worry about being unfriended or misunderstood. So they stop trying to be a friend, and they don't want to make new friends because why? Making friends, it's a risk. It's taking a risk. So they look away from the book club or the church group or the school events or even their neighbors. So they're more mindful now. I'm not going to be vulnerable. I'm not going to take that risk. If you've been scrolling through social media, that would be most of us. You have put your eyes on events where maybe you get uncomfortable or maybe even cry. You see your friends and you see a picture of everyone together and they're on an outing that you weren't invited to. My friends from a school that my children attended, I was room mom. We were all friends. We were all a Christian community and Christian friends and went to the same church. And I was scrolling through social media and I saw my friends had driven down here to the beach and they were on my beach 6 blocks from my house. And I thought, why didn't they invite me? You're 6 blocks from my house. You know I live here. That hurts. And so we're going to talk about how do we process those feelings? How do we decide what is a real friend or an acquaintance? Or maybe your friends have moved on. You've moved geographically. Maybe they have moved too. But this study here is about not giving up on friendship. Just because one group of friends or one girlfriend has unfriended you doesn't mean the Lord has other friends available for you. Friends who are rooted and in your garden of friendship, and they will stay with you for life. We're going to be talking about that. This study is not about giving up on friendship. We're going to reframe our understanding. What does it mean for you to be a friend? We're going to learn to become a friend like Jesus. Being a friend, like being a neighbor, it requires action on our part. So instead of asking, who is my friend? This study is teaching, how can I be a friend? That's a radical shift in how our culture defines friendship. We're going to do this. We're going to unpack 7 practical ways in this study, 7 ways that we will take up Jesus on his invitation to love other people, specifically love our neighbors. We will see friendship from his side of the table, from his eyes. Now, what obstacles are in your way? What keeps you living life alone, without a dog, without a cat, without a friend? We're going to be talking about that. Friendship has been the cause of some of our lowest lows, but it's also the cause of some of our highest highs. We're going to learn about that in this Bible study. Let's unpack this. Let's invest in one another's lives, and let's allow ourselves to be known, At the end of the study, you're going to be able to say, it's a relief to stop thinking about myself and start loving someone else. as a friend. The generation before us, I think about my grandmother's generation. The generation before us, they made time for one another. They hung out with their friends and neighbors. They went to church, and after church, they didn't scatter in the car and rush home as fast as they could. They hung out together at a church picnic or a church event or just a social event. They got it. They got the connection really matters. I want us to get that too. I want to remind you that this is a Bible study experience. This is not therapy, and it's not pastoral counseling. Please do not ask your leaders for counseling or therapy. They're not qualified in that. I'm not qualified in that either. I'm a Bible study educator. So before we meet each week, I want you to read your workbook, read 3 easy lessons a week, and then come here to your small groups. Meet with your friends in the Zoom groups, or if you're on Facebook, meet on a Facebook group, or meet at a coffee shop, or do this with your mom, your sister, or someone that you know locally. So go ahead and do that during this study. But I want you to read those 3 lessons before you answer the questions. Let's spend time together. Let's make friendship a priority. Let's show up and let's genuinely care for one another. Let's do life together and next to one another. That's what friendship is. True friendship is our destination in this study. So welcome to the study. I'll see you on the next video. Please read the 3 lessons, week 1, 3 lessons, and we'll talk about that next week. Take care and God bless.